Okay, this video is going to be me doing some e-collar conditioning with Shiloh. And as you can see, he is super excited to eat. Lots of food drive. Very excitable. The shepherd here, that's Rory. He's just kind of being about. Normally I wouldn't have another dog around when I'm doing e-collar conditioning or introducing something new like this, but as you can see, Shiloh is not distracted by him at all. Does not really care. It's not hindering his ability to make progress with what we're doing, so I'm allowing Rory to be out so he can kind of gain from this experience as well. Being around other dogs that are very excited is a potential trigger for him, so he's been doing really good with that at this point, so he's having the opportunity to be out for this too. So, but anyways, what you'll see is right now I'm just waiting for Shiloh to, so I'm not allowing him to jump up on me. I'm waiting for him to be calm for just a moment so I can give him food. So, and I'm also tapping the e-collars as kind of like you would use a clicker. So as soon as he's doing what I want, I tap the e-collar and then I give him food. So right now he's not feeling it because I start at 0, so he can just get accustomed to hearing the click of the button, because it does make a little audible click, and then I gradually move up one level at a time. See, I withdraw the food when he is trying to bite at me or paw at me. Man, he's cute. And then I offer the food when he's giving me the desired behavior. And I'm going to indicate with my hands as I dial up here. So I'm going to use my forearm or my elbow to kind of shove him off if he jumps on me, because ultimately he wants touched. Your hand is kind of like liquid love. So if you touch him with your palm every time he jumps, he's being encouraged to do so, regardless if you realize it or not. So that's why you'll see I try to use my forearm or my elbow. That's perceived much differently by Shiloh than if I put my palm out and touch him as I push him down. So I'm not waiting for perfection here, because we're just starting this. We're looking for continued progress. So I'm withdrawing the food anytime he does that. No, that's not what I want. You're sitting calm. I click. Cool, food. And so I'm going up to level 2. So again, he's not feeling this yet, but I'm just getting him accustomed to the sound of the click. And also, when he starts to feel it, it will be very subtle, which is what we want. We want him to just give us some little indicator that he is feeling it. We're not looking to, give him stimulation from the e-collar that's going to make him scream or cry out or be super startled by it. That's not the effect we're going for here. Okay, and I'm going up to level 3, and I'm not pressing right now. He's just itching because he's an itchy guy. He's been scratching his neck since he came, and this is the first time he's had the e-collar on. So I'm just reminding him there, kind of put that in his face, like, yep, I have food. And I'm just gonna wait. Good. And because he's doing so good, I'm expecting eye contact already. So he sits, I want eye contact, then I click. I'm going up to level 4, then I click, and then I deliver food immediately after. So he gets accustomed to, as soon as he starts to feel this, as I'm slowly dialing up, and I'm doing a few reps each time, a handful of times, probably 4 to 10 times before I dial up each time. So before, when I say dial up, I mean like go from level 4 to level 5 on the Ecollar. So that when he does start to feel this, every time he feels that, he gets food. So I'm going up to level 5 now. See me dialing up. And this is when I get the idea to actually hold the Ecollar so you can see what I'm doing. So every time I press, and it may be hard to see this, but every time I press, the red light shows on the remote trainer so you can see when Shiloh is feeling or stimulation is being delivered. Now when he's feeling it, that's a different story, and here you'll see I try to give an indicator when I see a signal that tells me that Shiloh feels it. Again, I'm not pressing right now. He's just itching because he's been scratching his neck since he got here, I think a day and a half prior to this video. So I'm just waiting, sit and wait for eye contact, and good, click, food. Eye contact, cool. Hard to tell what his eyes are doing from this angle, but yeah. He picked up on this pretty quickly. He's doing very well. So I'm going up to level 6. Rory's doing fantastic also. This is a situation that he could not have been in comfortably a few weeks ago. So that's kind of a big deal for Rory to just be laying there in close proximity to all this stuff happening and not really be concerned by it. So as you can see, like the difference in behavior that we're getting out of Shiloh is dramatic from what it was just a few minutes ago, where so I'm going up to level 7 on the Ecollar. So just a few minutes ago, he was doing what he's done every time food has been present, and that's jumping up on people, barking, scratching, biting, everything. And he's 14 weeks old, so this is not uncommon, but this is not something that we have to live with our puppies. We can modify this behavior by just teaching them cause and effect and what the desired behavior is. And that's by only giving him the thing that he wants, which is food in this case, when he does the thing that we want, which is sit and wait patiently in this case. So when he realizes that's what he has to do to get the thing, he's much more willing to offer that behavior. So you'll see as I'm opening my hand with food in it, but I want him to still wait, and I want him to look to me, because if he's fixating on the food and he's only concerned about the location of the food and nothing else, then me, in this scenario, I'm just an obstacle. And I do not want to be perceived as an obstacle. I want Shiloh to look to me and realize that I am giving him this. I'm sharing this with him willingly. And I am not just a tool. I'm not just something that's going up to level, I think that was 8. I'm not just something that is in the way of you getting your food. I am the one actually providing the food. So that is the shift in perception when we wait for eye contact versus rewarding and reinforcing the behavior of fixating, and by that I mean staring intently at the food. Just go butt down. Again, you can see the e-collar's not lit up. He's just, I hate when dogs itch so much. So I close my hand as soon as he tries to come just sneak a bite. I want you to make eye contact, then I'm going to click, then you're going to get food. Cool. And sit your butt down. Hand closed. He's trying. Maybe this is my chance. Maybe it's going to work this time. No. And if you can't go this long with your dog, like if you can't do a set, I'm going up to, was it level 9? If you can't do a session that's this lengthy with your dog, that's totally fine. Shiloh just has an incredible food drive, and he's got a lot of energy at this point in the day. So I'm able to do this for a good bit of time. I think I did it this was like 15 or 20 minutes. A lot of times you might only be able to do this for 5 minutes. And if you can only do it for 3 minutes, then that's cool too. Like, do these kinds of exercises as long as you can, as long as your dog can do it. Because I end up stopping before I get through his whole meal. I end up stopping this exercise because I can tell that his brain's just getting fried. When he starts to struggle to focus on me and he's kind of getting sloppy and he starts to regress in his behavior, meaning like at this point, I'm still getting a consistent butt on the ground, eyes on me, and I'm able to feed at that point. There gets to be a point which I stopped, so I'm going up to level 10 now. I stopped the video prior to this because we were done, but he started to regress, where he was not sitting each time that I offered food. He was really struggling to make eye contact. I could tell he was just mentally done. So at that point, I tossed the rest of the kibble on the ground and let him scavenge for it. So that's still kind of an enrichment thing because they get to have fun searching, but it doesn't really take a whole lot of mental energy to do that. So that was how he finished this meal. And I think this was about the time that he started giving a noticeable sign that he was feeling it, if I'm not mistaken. Which I may be. Tail's been going the whole time, sweeping the floor. So here you could kind of tell his head was slightly turning there, but he wasn't really making good eye contact, which is what I want. He was starting to get a little bit sloppy, like looking up in the direction of my face, but not really making eye contact. Realizing that, when he looks up here, he immediately gets food. So that's why I kind of slowed down. And that's, again, like I said, he started to get sloppy. So I said, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and give you your food this way, have fun with it, and we'll proceed tomorrow. But that is how we get that behavior. So comment if you have any questions. If you'd like me to elaborate on anything. This is obviously first steps. This is not the end result, but this is an important piece. If you are using Ecollar, it's important that you condition your dog, your dog to it prior to just slapping it on and pressing the button kind of haphazardly when your dog doesn't fully understand what this is, why it's happening, or how to turn it off. All those things are kind of important for your dog to know if you expect to get reliable behaviors from your dog using an e-collar. So hopefully that's helpful. See you guys next time.